Hey parents, for the month of April, we've been talking about things that are some tough topics to handle. And today I want to talk about how to help your kids walk with God. How do you teach your kids to love Jesus? Being in ministry and working with kids and families for a lot of years, I've had parents come to me when their kids are teenagers or young adults who've walked away from their faith. Parents are heartbroken. What happened? I had them in church all while they were growing up. And I think as parents, our greatest desire is for our kids to walk with God. And I want to share with you, not because we did it perfectly, we did not, that's for sure, but I want to share with you some things we learned along the way in life and in ministry. In fact, there was some research done that was so helpful. The Fuller Youth Institute did a study several years ago of high school graduates who did not walk away from their faith. And they wondered if there were some things in common with kids who continued to walk with Jesus. And they found there were 5 things in common, and I think they're really true. There are no guarantees, but these are some really important truths. The first thing is to live out an authentic faith in front of your kids. Do they see you reading the Bible and praying? Do they see you make church and grow group a priority? When troubles come, do they see you look to Jesus for answers? See, that's the single most important thing you can do. Second, they had another voice in their life saying the same things that their parents said, like a small group leader. Our small group leaders love ministering to your kids. They are consistent weekly leaders, both in person as well as online. So get your kids to small group. Third, as they get out of elementary and into their teenage years, they served in significant ways at church. And here at Hope, our students who serve are amazing. They're leading small groups and serving in incredible ways, leading the next generation. So as your kids graduate out of Hope Kids and into Student Hope, make sure you're encouraging them to serve. The fourth thing they found is that these kids were allowed to question their faith. They had doubts about it all, but they had conversations with their parents and small group leaders. When they made mistakes, they understood forgiveness. So don't be afraid of your kids' doubts. That means they're processing their faith and beginning to make it their own. And lastly, they found out when it came time for graduation and exploring the next steps, whether college or the work world, they were encouraged to look for a good church. So tuck that away in your mind. When it comes time to do the college search, include looking for a good church. Let your kids know how important it is for them to plug into a good church and help them find one. We want our kids to have a sticky faith, a faith that continues as they leave our house. We want to launch them into adulthood as followers of Christ.